Here with head coach Paul Colontino and his Colonials getting ready to take on the Saints of St. Lawrence in the regular season opener and home opener for that matter at Colonials Arena Friday 7:05, Saturday 3:05. A whirlwind camp, a whirlwind preseason, but seems like it was a productive one, Coach. The players all talked about how people showed up looking good, feeling good, ready to work. What do you think?
No, absolutely. I'd be right in line with that analysis. Thought we had a great summer of training where people were really accountable for themselves in terms of what they were doing on the ice and in the weight room. People came back looking like they trained hard and, more importantly, performing like they trained hard. So it allowed us to do a lot of different things. Take a little bit of stress away from the weight room workouts and put more time, say, on ice or just looking at video and doing the kind of skill set things that I think are very applicable on the ice and to our game. So that part was very, very exciting. And then you get into preseason camp, and this week, obviously our first week of full go here, it's been very good, very positive. We liked what we saw in the game this past weekend. Gave us some learning points without a doubt, put areas to improve on, and we're trying to tackle some of those right now as we get ready for the weekend, as you mentioned.
In the preseason game, Angelica Diffendahl with a pair of goals, looking very strong in front of the net in both instances and just in general. Is she a player that you could foresee maybe having a bigger footprint on the team than she did as a rookie?
Absolutely, absolutely. I thought she had a great summer in terms of her training, came back well. Sometimes getting a year under your belt can be a huge difference maker for different players. So I thought she's done a great job, and she's become very crafty in and around the net. She's big, she's got a big reach and a nice shot. So she's very comfortable with rebounds, and I think as you saw this past weekend, she tapped that one out of the air before it hit the ice. So she got great hand-eye coordination. So we'd love to see her have a bigger footprint, as you mentioned.
And you will be breaking in, not necessarily a new per se, but a new regular starting goaltender. Lauren Bailey is going to be your first stringer going into the start of the season. How has she been looking in camp, and how have the other goaltenders been falling in behind her?
She's been looking great. She's put a lot of time in both on and off the ice into preparation for this season, both in the physical aspect. She's gotten stronger, tougher, and mental aspect, same thing, stronger and tougher. So she's really stepped it up. We're super proud of her. She's just done a nice job, and again, when you kind of head back for the season, you only have a few weeks to get ready. So literally, with all our goalies, we're trying to cram in so much, to get everybody ready and on the same page and ready to go. And she's just led the way for all our goalies. So it's been fantastic. We're happy for her, and I think she's done a great job getting herself prepared for the upcoming season.
And Ariel was very noticeable, in particular in the exhibition game, playing in relief of Lauren for a little bit. Ended up leading the team in saves that night. She came in and looked very comfortable in there, it seemed.
Yep. She had a very calming presence for her. Say first time spent on a Division I ice surface with some Division I players. She looked very good. She looked solid, good angles, good rebound control, and like you said, she just kind of calm and did her thing and got some ice time in. So we're happy for her as well. And as you move through the season, everybody's probably going to get a crack at something at some point.
And finally, again, you have St. Lawrence this weekend. One of the aforementioned tough non-conference tests that you've talked about as you take a macro view of this year's schedule. Two great teams, and per the two major polls that just came out, two fringe top 10 teams going into the season. What do you make of the Saints, and what does the team need to do to play well this weekend?
Well, you're starting off the year. It's, both teams have had the opportunity to play an exhibition game that, you're all trying to work out the kinks here and there, get used to the routine. So early on in the season, I think what's most important is we focus on how we're doing things. From 5-on-5 play to special teams play. We need to focus on Colonial hockey, how we do things, be thorough, be very prideful in the effort, that we give each and every shift. If you can put together 60 minutes of real good hockey where every shift's accounted for, both on special teams and 5-on-5, I think that's how you set yourself up to be successful and get a W. Early on here, like we said, hey, is the scout report going to be exact with somebody's power play or penalty kill? Absolutely not. Nobody's played any games yet, so we focus on what we can do and how well we can do it, and then put in the 60 minutes each and every night, overtime when needed.
And Colonial hockey is back, and it's back again for real this weekend. The season opener against St. Lawrence, 7:05 Friday, 3:05 on Saturday. Head coach Paul Colontino. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Matt.